Imagine.
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 Imagine the day.
Our next guests are both pioneers when it comes to recruiting military vets. They help them get hired at one of America's most forward-looking businesses, Life Technologies. It's a global biotech company. Matt Brogdon is an Air Force Academy graduate and a former anti-tank platoon leader. Philip Dana is a highly honored Naval Academy graduate who served 6 years at sea. Welcome to Hiring America. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you, Gigi. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
So what is Life Technologies exactly?
So Life Technologies is a $3.8 billion global biotechnology company that leads in genetic analysis, life science, medical science, and applied markets. We're in 180 countries and roughly 11,000 colleagues around the world.
What kinds of things do you do?
We're involved in scientific research, genetic analysis, and applied sciences. Think about regenerative medicine and forensics, everything that's exciting in life sciences.
And when you mean forensics, it's all the equipment they use on CSI and NCIS that you guys develop, right?
Yeah, you got it. And so we manufacture 50,000 plus items that go to diagnostics and research labs around the world. And so that's within our applied markets, one of our 4 large buckets of business.
Tell me about your military experience, what you did there, and how you were able to transition into a career at Life Technologies.
So I transitioned roughly 10 years ago. I drove ships after the Naval Academy, prior enlisted. So I knew I can fly around in back of helicopters. I knew how to take ships through maintenance periods and drive them over to the Gulf and tip of the spear. And as soon as my ship hit the pier side, I had already put in my papers, immediately on the job market, no chance to research or set up interviews, so very daunting. I did not know how my skills or what I'd done for 10 years in the military, how that would translate to corporate America. And now I'm an HR leader, so it doesn't really make sense.
Last thing you thought you'd do.
Yeah, absolutely.
So how were you able to get your first job?
Same as in the military, one of the key ingredients is having a couple great mentors give you very candid advice on what they thought I would be good at. I have the gift of gab, and I love people, and coming from the deck plates of being enlisted to an officer, I have a lot of passion around taking care of people and training them and developing them and making sure they're doing the right job at the right time. And so a couple mentors kind of pointed me in that direction and thought I'd be good at human resources.
What are some of the obstacles when transitioning from military life to civilian life that you faced that you were able to overcome?
I think the primary one is knowing how to use everything you can in your job search. It's not just about applications and websites. The people you don't talk to are the jobs you don't find out about. It's important to reach out, get to know people that are in your network, people that are in their network, and really educate yourself on not only the positions and the jobs that are out there, but also other industries and the way to get into those industries. Don't just settle for what's available to you. Focus on what you want to do and move forward in that direction and really go after and go get it yourself.
And it's really about selling your skills. What skills do you think you learned in the military that you utilize most at your job?
Well, you know, one of the common threads that Matt and I have is, you know, despite the 3 different branches of service here, is integrity, leadership, work ethic, the ability to think strategically and long-term and think very analytically. Military leaders aren't hierarchical. They don't just bark orders and people immediately do what they say. That's the stereotype.
Right, that's in the movies.
The modern military, you can have a platoon leader, be a mayor of a town, build a sewer system, lead a patrol looking for IEDs, and then brief a battalion commander. And sometimes that's all on the same day, and nobody told him or her how to do that exactly. They have to figure it out.
Problem solvers.
And in corporate America is exactly what we need, especially in today's economy.
What kind of industries are hiring?
Biotechnology is the top industry that's hiring. There's a lot of technology positions. I mean, IT, everything from semiconductors to information technology positions. Oil and gas is really big, and of course, with the price of gas, we know that there's a lot of jobs out there and a lot of opportunities. But I think that there are a lot of positions in a lot of different industries that are available, and I go back to what I said, that I think that it's important that people go out and look for them and see what's out there. Biotech and life technologies in particular has a lot of opportunities. And the reason we're so excited about it, besides the fact that it's where we work, is that's where the opportunity is. It's the next generation of exciting technological innovation. And there's so many things that we're doing now that we couldn't even dream of 10 years ago. And Phil and I and the team at Life get to be a part of that.
And you don't just have job openings for veterans, you're actively recruiting them, right?
Yeah, we're one of the few companies that have dedicated resources. Matt Brogdon's full-time job is to seek out the best of the best within military talent and getting them inspired and looking at Life Technologies as their next career. We'll have a dedicated military page on our career site of telling that engaging story. And we have a very long, successful track record of hiring military. We have several of our senior leaders serve their country, and not just the United States. As a global company, we have several leaders that served their country's service, which is pretty neat.
Thank you so much, Philip Dana and Matthew Brogdon of Life Technologies, for sharing some job opportunities military vets might not have thought of.
Thanks for having us, Gigi. Go Navy, beat Army.
Thanks, Gigi. I really appreciate being here today.
We'll be back in a moment with an organization that's doing inspiring work to help veterans.